Hello, friend. My name is Jitendra Kumar, and today we're going to analyze and summarize of the two books And the first book is the Ichigo Ichi. This book is written by this book is written by Hector Gracia and Francis Marillins. This book is written from the inspirations and fascinating from the culture of the Japanese. We know, friends, the culture of Japan is really amazing, and Japan is known as because of his culture and because of his work culture. They are very diligent persons and cultural persons, and they are work oriented and they work hard. And we know that Japan's if we go some back years and see the situation of Japan was the not good, and not was the rich day, was poor, and and the living standard of the Japan was not high as it is today, we can see. And we know that even the when bombed was dropped in Nagasaki, in Hiroshima, and from that the situation was Japan not good. But today Japan is highly developed, and they are continuing growing in the field of technology, in the field of knowledge, and even um, they are ahead of India. They are continuing in their business fields. So I am going to discuss the book Ichigo Ichi. The Ichigo Ichi, as I told you, this book is written from the inspirations from the fascinating of the culture of Japan. Though, friends, I start this book. Um, Ichigo Ichi. There are the three main topics of Ichigo Ichi of this book. First is the introductions of Ichigo Ichi. Ichigo Ichi is the philosophical term, and that is from the culture of Japan. The Ichigo Ichi is the main teaching is that the moment you have that moment never come back in your life. Therefore, whenever you meet your friend, families, or anyone's, you should be celebrate that moment, and you should be hunter of that moment. You should be not lose that opportunity. You should be make that moment memorable, remarkable of your life, as a memory of your whole life. You should make poetables and amazing luxury your times. So Echigo Echi is the can be understables, and the person who has a deep sense and has a highly concentrate on the five art, the art of listening. We know that it is the great things. Most of around the peoples are talking about listening, but very few are the listener. So listening should be before the birth. When a child is born, and in his when member come in family, so he start first listening from the parent. As their parent talk, they also same way try to be talk, try to be walk. So listening is a universal and fundamental. And now they after that art of looking, friend. We know that looking is also a great art. Sometimes we look everything, but we not see what is in the real. So you can be sharpening of your looking skills by practice of concentrations and of your mind, and serenity by prayer, by serenity and meditations. Because a nature of mind is very that when your mind emptiness and free and pure and clean, your mind walk very fast. As we know that as computer, when your computer is free from viruses, your computer work properly. Similarly our mind need to be pure and fresh, to in order to be work and performs actively and effectively and highly. But in today world we are polluted by lot of fake news, lot of unnecessary knowledge that we store, that should be not stored. So we should be vomit it out, and we should not care on this. We should be input only that knowledge which is needed and contributed in our life and in our activities. Now, art of touching. Touching is a great art. We every day eat some things and touched and loves our families and members, but touching is the we forget and not touch as should be. So touching is also great art, because when you touch something, it imprint on your brain, imprint on your mind. So touchings is also art, and you can be by practicing of deep, yeah, touch the apples and feel it the flesh, eat a bite of apple and feel its a taste. So touching is a practice, and by touching, by practicing of touching, you can be touched. When you hug your lovers, so feel that, feel her and touch her, and in this way you can be realized and get internal peace, divine peace of touching. Now testing. Testing, the art of testing is testing. We eat food, we eat chocolate, we test. Our tongue is very notorious and want to be test everything. So testing is also a art. When ever you test something, so learn to be how to be test people, how to be understand peoples, and which is not good for me or which is good for me. So always they yeah, learn the art of testing, and you can be read this book in order to be to understand the art of testing in depth. Now the last is the art of smelling. The art of smelling, we know that our nose is great and for smelling and as well as also breathing. So our nose is not only for a breathing, but it's also as a art. It also as for smellings, and without any seeing, and without our nose tells what is the which smell is pleasant or which is not, and we can tell that without our seeing, we can through the power of smelling we can tell what is cooking in the neighbor's kitchen or not. So nose has its special functions and practice that art. These are the five universal senses of the human, and through humans they is to get information from the outside of the world. So you can be practice this, regulating it and cleaning and purifying it, and more practice in order to be healthy as a your if you want to be a muscular body, you need to be regularly exercise and take a good meal and diet, and caring of your body and discipline of yourself. The same way you need to be regulate your senses. You need to be disciplined of your senses, and whatever you do, whether touch, see, smells, or listening, very carefully, very focused on it. And now the ichigo itchings finished, and that was now the beauty of impermanence. Beauty of impermanence, in this the ikigai. Ikigai, this is the also book of from the written by Japanese the authors. This book is the secret of a long life and happy life. That is from the culture of Japan. So ikigai is the main philosophy, the main teaching of ikigai to findings our kaika. Kaika means we know that every human is special and unique of nature. Whatever nature has made is unique and fascinating in itself. So we do not need to be compare anyone. Everyone is unique and good in itself. So we need to be identify of our inner kaika, means our inner treasure of wealth, and by embolizing and by practicing of kaika, um, kaikam is you have to be after like a bud of a flower. So when you find that kaika or bud or treasure in you, and now you have to be polishing it and to make it sharp, to make it lustrous, more shining, as gold can be more shining by lustering. So you need to be, and after so ikigai means finding your the purpose of your life. Then kaika means the after that finding purpose, with the time you need to be grow and embellish it, and then it will turn it will take times to be flourished and grown up and then turn into man kaika means to turn into the flower as a bird. Bird is a kaika, and that bird after some time flowers, that is a mankaika. And when that flowers petals of the flowers falling, that's is the result of your kaika, means the treasure in you. So you need to be, everyone have to be finding the treasures inside what you have gotten from the nature as a form of intangible assets in your mind. And now the little school of Ichigo Ichi. This book, now the last little school of Ichigo Ichi means you gonna to be study about how I can be apply Ichigo Ichi in my life. And there is a art of parties. Parties, we know that we all love to go in the party and celebrate with people's day, and love to meet our people's and enjoy the party. But when you go to the party, not only the party, but you learn, but try to be enjoy, try to make that moment ichigo ichi, and collective mindfulness means you should be try to find try to find a group where you can be progress, where you can be grow. So find that groups, find that communities, find that a friend that you can talk with them, and therefore when two minds come together become very powerful. Therefore we can say that and we know that when some things come close together, become strong. Therefore in our India we call unity, diversity in unity is a strength, unity is a strength. Returning to now, friend, we human and the nature of our mind is that stuck in the past, because when we are hot and when someone is insult or reject. So the Ichigo Ichi is teaching you that returning to now, because you cannot find happiness when you are not in present. And because when you are stuck in your past, so in your anger, in your sadness, or in your depression, the whole energy that goes there in goes in your stuck in there. So you have to be to pull out of your energy and put into the present, and making that moment fresh and pure, and nourishing that moment, and that you can be make ichigo ichi. And now the 10 rules of ichigo ichi are going to be read, and Ichigo Ichi, live as if this were going to be happen only once in your life. You should be live your life and enjoy the every aspect of life that you gonna to be enjoy, because we people never come again on this planet, on this earth. We have gotten a life from nature only once times, only once. So we should be not lose out this opportunity, whatever, where you are or whatever you are, active and fresh there and ready to be stand up and find from today your treasures inside you, and embracing the treasures and go in the peoples and help for others there, and progress yourself, earn money, become rich there, and enjoy the life. And by the power of your positive vibes, the vibes in you, the energy in you, spread around the world. And remember, friend, there's some point you should be not biased, nor you should be just any people's hastily, nor you should be as a human. And we commit a mistake, but you should be forgive that, and you should be cultivate maturity and practice that maturity in you. And there are the also great philosophers. I love that philosophy, and that is written by the Lao Tzu. He's also a great Chinese philosophy. I love his philosophy. His philosophy is great. He said that speak without a word, teach without a word, and love without possessions, and celebrate without attached to it any. So that's all, friend. That was the whole summary and analyze of this book, Ichigo Ichi. And thank you. I hope that you will enjoy, and thanks. Namaste. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.